Birth, life, and death. It's the cycle that we see everywhere, right? You're familiar with it. A baby is born into this world, grows up to be an adult, eventually grows old, and passes on. A project begins, takes shape, and then one day it's complete. A friendship sparks from maybe a chance encounter and then deepens over time and eventually fades or just transforms. These are all familiar experiences that you and I have had. They're all examples of what the teachings in non-dual Tantra call the first three acts of the divine, which are creation, maintenance, and dissolution. And we might call that the life cycle, right? And we see this life cycle everywhere. And once you look for it, it's totally obvious that everything that you experience in your life right now is in one of these three phases, either creation, maintenance, or dissolution. But in the teachings of non-dual Tantra, we learn that this isn't quite the whole story. In fact, alongside these three acts are two more acts. They're more subtle, they're more mysterious, and they're always at play. And these acts shape how we experience life itself. And those are the acts of revelation and concealment. So stay tuned because we are going to unpack what this means for you in this video. Hey there, yogis and yoginis. I'm Lisa Witter, and welcome to my channel where we dive into how to live a Tantra-informed life by bridging the classical teachings and practices of non-dual Tantra with the realities of living modern life. So if you haven't already, please do be sure to subscribe. I post new videos regularly to help you live with greater freedom and fulfillment and joy. All right, so let's start with concealment, the divine act that temporarily veils infinite awareness, giving rise to this experience of individuality and differentiation. So this veiling invites us into the mystery of not knowing, and it creates this condition of mystery. Now, from one perspective, concealment can really feel like frustration, even disorienting. It's those moments when life feels really unclear, when answers feel just out of reach, or when we're forced just to sit with uncertainty. But in non-dual Tantra, concealment isn't something bad, and it's not something to fight against or even to try to get rid of, because it's an essential part of the divine process that guides us to grow in ways that maybe we would never have chosen on our own. So it can also show up in smaller ways, in everyday ways. Like maybe you're trying to figure out how to resolve a misunderstanding with a friend, but no matter like how many times you role play it in your head and replay this conversation, you're just not sure like what to say. Or maybe you have that feeling or a sense of restlessness, like something in your life needs to shift, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You don't know what it is. So it could even be something as simple as trying to decide what direction am I going to take with this hobby, this interest. You might be feel pulled in multiple directions and nothing really seems clear enough to commit to. So these moments might not have like this big impact on the grand scheme of your life, but they can still leave you feeling a little bit uncertain, sometimes even unsettled, right? Now, here's the thing. We live in this world that values knowing. When we know, we feel a sense of certainty and safety. But when we don't know, we feel the opposite, right? We feel uncertain, and we often feel unsteady and even unsafe. So from the view of non-dual Tantra, not knowing what we call concealment is actually just part of the larger pattern of reality. It's part of, just like creation, maintenance, and dissolution are part of the pattern. And sometimes things just aren't ready to be known and aren't meant to be known. Think about like a seed, right? A seed, you bury a seed in the dirt. You can't see it sprouting beneath the surface, but something is happening. Something's happening. There's a gestation happening there, preparing for the right time to emerge. But if you dug away the dirt, you'd see the sprout, right? But the dirt is there for a reason. It's not just hiding the sprout from view, it's actually protecting it, allowing it to mature until it's ready to face all the elements of the outside world. So concealment is like that. It's not just about hiding what's unfolding. It's also, in a sense, nurturing it, ensuring that it's ready before it's revealed. It's sort of a metaphorical way to think of it. Now, when you understand the sacredness of the act of concealment, what happens is you stop fighting against the unknown. You begin to see that not knowing isn't a failure. It's not something to fix. It's an essential part of life's unfolding. And in a culture that really pressures us to have answers, to force clarity, or to control outcomes, this perspective is very freeing. It reminds us that sometimes the most profound growth actually happens in the dark, in the hidden, gestational phases of life, right? Concealment then invites trust and patience and a willingness to allow life to unfold in its own time. Now, there's a more esoteric, mystical aspect of concealment. In the teachings of nondual Tantra, concealment and revelation are like two sides of the same coin. For something to be revealed, something else has to be concealed. For the light of the sun to appear, right, the darkness of night has to be concealed, or it has to recede. So it's not just about the external world. It's true for everything. So for me to exist as Lisa in this particular body mind, all other possibilities of human manifestation have to be concealed. I'm not Joe, I'm not Mary, I'm not John, right? Those body minds have to be concealed in order for this body mind, Lisa, to be revealed. So in other words, for one expression to shine forth, countless others have to remain hidden in the infinite potential of reality. So this interplay of concealment and revelation isn't an abstract concept. Okay, that's important. It's something that you can observe within and around you all the time. And these two acts of concealing and revealing are interdependent. For something, again, to be revealed, something else has to be concealed. So revelation, if we move into revelation, it's not about uncovering something entirely new, but about perceiving what's always been present and hidden in plain sight, awaiting for the readiness of your own awareness. So revelation is this moment when what was once veiled or concealed becomes clear, when the light breaks through and you finally see with clarity and you have insight. It's an act of the divine that removes the veils of perception which allow you to recognize what has always been true. So think about those moments in your life when everything sort of suddenly clicked, right? Maybe it was this realization about yourself, a deeper truth that you hadn't seen before, but that changed everything once you did, right? Or maybe it was the clarity in a situation that really seemed confusing for a lot of weeks or months, or then you finally found the way forward and it became apparent. So revelation doesn't happen on your timeline. It's actually part of the pattern of reality when the conditions of awareness align for you to perceive it. So in the teachings of nondual Tantra, revelation isn't about something external being uncovered. It's about the lifting of what are known as the veils of perception. The divine is always present and unchanging. What actually shifts is your ability to see that. So this deeper understanding reminds us that concealment and revelation, they're not separate acts. They're simultaneous and they're also interdependent. What you experience as being concealed or being revealed is shaped entirely by your awareness. So that as your perception expands, what once seemed hidden comes into view, not because it wasn't there before, but because you're now ready to see it, right? So when you understand this, it really transforms how you move through life. Instead of resisting the unknown or striving for clarity, you begin to trust in that natural unfolding. You recognize that concealment and revelation, concealment isn't an obstacle and revelation isn't a good thing. They're both part of this greater pattern of reality. And by embracing this interplay, you cultivate patience and trust and a deeper connection to the sacred timing of what life is ready to show you. So living a Tantra-informed life means embracing the divine rhythm of concealment and revelation. It's about recognizing that what's been hidden and what's seen are both sacred, both integral to the unfolding of life. When you stop fighting the unknown, you stop grasping for answers, what happens is you create the space to live with greater trust and presence. You align with the inherent wisdom of the universe and allow it to reveal its mysteries in its own perfect timing. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a new one. And I would absolutely love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any insights, I always do respond. And until next time, may you walk this path with wonder and grace, embracing the sacred dance of what's hidden and what's revealed. Namaste.